Paper trading is a lie. Not completely, but mostly. And the other day, we got a listener question that put their finger directly on the reason why. And we wanted to talk about that today. They sent us a question that we think every day trader needs to hear. And because if you've ever wondered why you're paper trading and your real trading, their results diverge completely and they're totally different, then you'll want to listen up to this episode. Jordan, we got a question the other day in the Discord, and I'll read it in at least a part of it, and then we can chat about why paper trading, as we see it, completely is just a completely different sport than real trading, and we can and you can kind of bounce off why. Okay, so the question came in paper trading, I'm consistently perform at a very high level with strong returns, clean execution, but the moment I switch to a real account, everything changes. Decision making becomes inconsistent, emotions kick in, and results break down. So far, this probably sounds like pretty much everybody who's ever paper traded. You know this exact feeling. Um, it made me question how effective paper trading really is for preparing traders for real markets. Um, blah blah blah. Would be very interested to hear your perspective on why this happens, whether paper trading really helps or whether it kind of creates a false confidence. That's an interesting point. And the best way to transition from paper trading to real trading without blowing up. Is it possible to have a bridge between the two? Is it even helpful at all? And kind of what our thoughts on that. Jordan, how's it going?
Doing well. And I think this is something that we actually talked about probably, 2, 3 years ago. Pretty early on in the podcast, we had a whole episode on why we felt paper trading was worthless, I think was the name of the show. And the fact is, it's not worthless, but it is overrated as far as most people go. And I think people understand this fundamentally, or at least anyone who's traded, because the fact is that when you're trading, we've talked about this, Levi. Remember when we started paper trading, we were trading savants. We're like, this is easy. Support and resistance get hit. The money goes up. The whatever goes down. We're savants. Why is this so hard? And then we switched to live funded accounts. And I think you proceeded to lose 36, 32 trades in a row, something like that, right?
It was 30 in a row. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 30 in a
30
row, which
30 losses in
statistically
a
is
row.
essentially evolution is more likely to happen than Levi to lose 30 trades in a row. So, that being said, it was an eye-opening experience for us, and it's kind of what led us down the road of examining what had happened, what was going on. And the fact is, news alert for you guys, paper trading doesn't prepare you for real trading. It prepares you for simulation of real trading. And those are two completely different things, as you said, Levi. When you're paper trading, there is no stress. I don't care what you say or what you think. There is no stress because you fundamentally know that there's no money involved. And as soon as you're trading with a funded account or even just a prop firm account or a challenge account, your brain is starting to release cortisol. It's starting to release stress hormones. And the fact is, your chemical biology is changing.
Yeah, so there's a part of like a large part of day trading is not just the strategy. And we harp on this constantly and we get flack for this constantly. And we're not ultra rich because we're like pushing our one strategy for $20 a month and on some paid Discord somewhere because that's really easy to get beginners on of like, hey, we have this special strategy. We harp on this constantly, and it's not popular. But your strategy isn't the hardest part of day trading, and and paper trading only helps, you know, your strategy. I mean, you can. We've mentioned this before, but paper trading can help your, I guess, your the actual nuts and bolts of your strategy, but that's not the hardest part. you need to develop feel, and you need to develop the ability to do the hard parts of day trading that actually take mental load and discipline. So, staying out of choppy markets that aren't going to be good for you. Um, stopping stop trading after a certain number of losses, and minimizing the amount you lose in a day. Um, Not revenge trading. Like, all of these things are not strategy, but you can only practice them under stress. And there's a dirty little secret of paper trading is that paper trading done wrong can actually make you worse at day trading for real. And the reason this is, Jordan, is because you're practicing you can practice in a wrong way. It's the same
Yeah,
reason that
it's
playing
the whole
poker
perfect practice
with
makes perfect, right? It's not just practice makes perfect. It's perfect
exactly.
practice makes perfect.
Exactly. And so it's just like if you practice poker without real money, you can get into a bad habit. Oh, I'll call. Yeah, sure. But you'd never call in real life, right? Oh, I go all in. Yeah, but you'd never go all in. Oh, I'll just like I'll it doesn't matter, right? And so you can get into really bad habits where you're paper trading, you're playing poker without real money, and you start getting into bad habits. If you're paper trading, there's no reason not to trade during the choppy day. Why wouldn't you? You'll still trade. There's no reason to stop after two losses, three losses in a row, right? There's no reason to not immediately take a trade after getting stopped out and taking a trade in the same direction, right? We've all done that. That's a probably a pretty bad habit you're going to have to get over at some point in day trading. So all of these things you can actually get worse if you're not careful, and it's something that we've done ourselves, we've seen others do it, and it's something you actually do need to be careful of.
Yeah, and you may be asking, okay, so I think we've been talking about a lot why paper trading sucks. But the fact is, do we believe that paper trading is useful? Absolutely. But in a very specific case, and the specific case where paper trading is useful is right off when you're beginning, and only for a very small period of time. So paper trading in the first, I don't know, what would you say, month? I'm saying month. It could be longer, but paper trading for the first month where you're just learning how to use a broker, how to take a long, how to take a short, how to manage risk, how to manage size, how to manage your stop loss and your take profit. All of those like just physical or, those physical things, I would say, or technical things are good things to do while paper trading. Like that's a great way to learn. I mean, actually, Levi, I did this 2 weeks ago. I logged into my other computer because I have a work computer and a personal computer. I logged into my personal computer. I hadn't traded on a while, and took a trade. Only to realize I had took in a trade on the S&P 500 instead of the Nas. But I was looking at the chart of the Nas, but I took a trade on the S&P 500. Anyways, don't even ask me how that happened. But again, technical, that was my fault. I had logged into a new computer, didn't verify my settings, didn't verify the chart and what I was looking at, and executed a trade before I had checked that. So those are things, learn those while paper trading. As soon as that has happened, though, you need to transition. The secret to bridging the gap, I think, is not more paper trading, right? It's trading real money with very defined risk. So don't go in there and put in $20,000 and start trading it. Horrible mistake. Either if you want to trade your own money, great. Put in $100 and take trades that feel like no money, take 50-cent trades. Or what Levi and I recommend, prop firm trade. Find a prop firm that trades the commodity or the futures or the cryptocurrency or whatever you want to trade, and pick a reputable one that you will get paid out eventually. Although, let's be honest, newsflash for you, in the first few years doesn't matter. You're not going to be getting paid out. But when you do, shameless plug, the Top Step out here. We are not sponsored. We don't get any money off of it. I'm a funded paid out trader by Top Step. I use them. I know some people have issues with them. I love it. They've got an integrated, uh, integration with Trading Views, so you can trade directly from there. It's great. So you can do a challenge there for $50. So decide that for this month, I'm going to spend $50 and I'm going to trade with this prop firm. Now you have real money involved. Consider it a fee for learning. And that's how I would recommend trading. Move over to a prop firm probably after your first month, and then just be prepared to spend $50 a month for the next few years. And that's going to be $50 a month. The fact is, make sure that you take trades that are small enough to that even if you lost a bunch of trades, that $50 fund challenge account is going to last you a month. And then just keep doing that. That's what we recommend. We've seen it really work really successfully with ourselves and in others. And that is how you bridge the gap.
Yeah, and I do want to mention I want to do an episode, Jordan, maybe next, on prop firms because I mean, the reason we talk about prop firms sometimes in a positive way. So first of all, prop firms are want you to lose. So like to be very clear about that, prop firms want you to lose. They're not a way to get rich. Like you said, the reason we use prop firms is they're a very, very, in our opinion, a good tool to protect your downside, right? Make sure you don't like lose the house when you're trying to like avoid blowing all your money in one day and all the stupid stuff that everybody's done, right? It creates a lower bound at what you could lose, and it simulates some of that stress of trading real money, right? So there's a bunch of negatives about prop firms, but it is, like you said, I think a really good bridging tool between the two. Jordan, I did want to mention one other time I think paper trading can be useful. I think paper trading can be useful even for experienced traders to take the edge off if you want to. And I want to hear what your thoughts are. Trading during bad times or a choppy time or sometime you just lost a couple trades in a row and you're like, okay, I maybe I shouldn't trade today, but maybe I can at least paper trade and I'll just put a couple trades on the board. I sometimes do that. And I want to see what your thoughts are on that, where the day's choppy and I'm going, you know what? It's not wise for me to take real trades. I mean, I'll just gonna put a couple, put a couple things up on the board, just kind of see what happens. They're not real trades. I don't actually take them. I just kind of set my stop loss and set where my top take profit would be, and I just play around a little bit that way. Technically paper trading, not actually taking a real trade. And that I think can be useful for some people if you're having difficulty, if you're just sitting there
Hey,
and you
Levi,
want to
have a
do
question for you.
something.
Have a question for you. Does lifting weights with fake weights help you at all? It may make you feel busy,
I mean,
but it is helping you at all.
you make a good point. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's why I wanted to get your thoughts are on that.
Hitting golf clubs with a kids club going to help your real golf game?
Maybe
No. So
not.
the answer is no,
The
no,
real
no. It's not. It's not going to
I
help you.
don't
It's
know.
keeping
I
you busy.
don't
It's keeping you busy while removing the emotion from it. You're trading without the emotions. Literally no point because 95%
mm,
of trading, it is in the first month or two. But if you've been trading for any period of time, absolute waste of your time because it's not helping you at all with what's going to help you become a
maybe
better
not.
trader, which again is your psychology. So I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I haven't done that literally in 3 years.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know.
All right, that makes
I don't know.
sense. That makes
That's my
sense.
thought. But I mean, to really like kind of close it off here. I mean, the question isn't whether paper trading works. I mean, listen, to begin with, it definitely does work. The question is whether you can manufacture real emotions and psychological pressure in that fake environment. And the fact is, most people can't, and that's okay. So instead, switch over to that prop firm. We'll do an episode on prop firms within the next couple of weeks to kind of give a little bit more guidance and kind of like a part two following on from this. But find your prop firm or put in some money into a little brokerage and trade, 50 cents and start putting that real pressure on yourself. When you start pressure testing yourself, that's when you're going to start growing, because pressure, guess what, makes diamonds, and you all are our diamonds. Very cheesy, but we love you guys. So subscribe if you like the podcast. Subscribe, share it, write us a review, join the Discord channel. You guys have a great week.